and you've been honest before, and you were to some degree reprimanded because you were being honest, then the likelihood of you being honest in the next relationship, the success of that goes down, because now you feel as though, well, if the person that I was with before didn't receive what I had to say, why would the next person receive what I have to say?
Because we've talked about the financial mismanagement piece. Let's move over to the dishonesty, just flat out dishonesty piece that breaks the trust in the marital relationship. Obviously, lying just is obviously detrimental to a relationship. I think part of the issue becomes this, though. Oftentimes when it comes to lying, I think somehow or another people can convince themselves that the other person won't find out.
Okay.
I think that the hidden trap of lying, the hidden snare as it relates to lying, is the thought process that I'm the smartest person in the room and nobody will figure me out. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so as it relates to relationships and things that are that happen, the idea that you and I, and especially, and I'll use men for this, but women are not literally, I can't even use men for this now. We're neck and neck. Women and men are neck and neck in this whole thing. That we set up these false worlds that we exist in. And when we're found out, we have an issue with acknowledging, confessing the truth.
Right.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on that?
Old folks used to say this: when you tell one lie, you got to tell another lie to cover up that lie, and then you got to tell another lie to cover up that lie. And so it is. You're absolutely right. Part of it is a level of arrogance. Part of it is a level of, I'm doing this in this space, and I'm checking all my checkpoints. I'm crossing all my T's and dotting all my I's so that I don't get caught. So part of it is intentionality. Part of it is intentionality. The biggest lie that we tell ourselves, men and women, that when I get married, I'm going to be faithful. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be truthful. As if marriage is this bridge that we cross and all of a sudden we just go into glory with God and we never do anything unrighteous again. And so, you got to be, I think, being honest and not lying to your spouse or to anyone is a level of personal maturity. And I don't think we all get there at the same time. Sometimes there's consequential things that have to happen in our lives for us to realize, wait a minute, it's just not worth it. And as the more you love someone, you start to realize that, oh, I messed that up and I should have been honest. I think part of it is the consequences for lying sometimes in our own mind. And I'm talking about the people that are not necessarily intentional, but in our own mind, the consequences of the person finding out or the person knowing I did what I did, we paint that picture so high. And it's almost like, oh, they can't find out this, when in reality is you're going to do better with being honest and dealing with the situation as it is, as opposed to now you're dealing with the situation with liars layered on top of it.
There's a statement that it's not the lie, but it's the cover up. Right? It's not the initial offense that was perpetrated, but it's the cover up that comes behind the offense. That really is what kind of puts the nail in the coffin, as it were. How do we begin the process of fixing our situations, fixing ourselves, men and women, fixing ourselves to develop the courage to just simply say, I messed up?
Yeah, I think it takes a conversation of just, again, and I know I sound like a broken record, but it's just, moving past your dishonesty to a place of wanting to be fully disclosed before your partner, not trying to hide stuff from them. One of the things that I find remarkable, particularly in my relationship, is the fact that my wife already knows what's going on with me. because of the connection that we have with one another. And I can always tell when something is bothering her. So for her to try to like say, you know, nothing's bothering her, everything's okay, my discernment is already kicked in. I already know, I don't know exactly what's wrong in terms of its specificity, but I know something's not quite right. You know what I'm saying? I can hear it in your voice. I can see it in your body language. And if you would just be open enough to say what it is that's happening, then maybe we could help each other. I think one of the issues too with lying is the fact that sometimes within our relationships, we don't feel that we can share whatever our truth is because of reciprocity or reprisal as a result of us sharing what's going on with us. We feel as though there might be some punishment administered because of the fact that I'm telling you the truth. And so instead of telling the truth, we lie to try to cover over it, when in fact, if I want to get help with whatever it is that I'm dealing with right now, I got to be honest with you. I got to be truthful with you. And here's the thing. A lot of times the truth is going to be to some degree painful because the truth exposes the reality of what's actually happening. You know, it's not an excuse, but we need to be able to create a safe enough space within our relationships where our partners feel comfortable and safe enough and secure enough to be able to say, this is what's going on and not have to revert to lying.
Mm-hmm. So you believe that fear of rejection as a consequence is one of the biggest motivators?
I do. Yeah, because so if you've been in relationships and you've been honest before, and you were to some degree reprimanded because you were being honest, then the likelihood of you being honest in the next relationship, the success of that goes down. Because now you feel as though, well, if the person that I was with before didn't receive what I had to say, why would the next person receive what I have to say?
Okay.
And again, it's not an excuse. I'm not saying it as to clear the person from lying. But what I am saying is that as people within relationships, I think it's important that we create a space where the person doesn't feel as though they need to lie about what's going on with them.
Gotcha.
You know?
Hey guys, it's Pastor John here. Please, if you like this video that you just saw, hit that like button for us. Second thing I want to ask you to do is to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out videos once a day at about 5:30 p.m. Hit that bell notification so that you'll know when a new video has been uploaded. And then the final thing to do, share this video, share this information. If you know somebody that has a need that it can be benefited by it, please put it out in circulation so that we can try to help as many people as possible. Thanks, and God bless.